Hey guys, Jesse Foster, aka Entranced here, and it's New Year's Eve. And so I decided that I'm going to do a video sort of planning out the next year, the things I'm going to focus on this year. I'm going to be posting these on my wall in my office. And yeah, so I don't really have any crazy goals for this year. My plan is just to continue to work hard. I'm going to go over some specific things, but um, in general, I found that in goal setting, it's best to focus on the process. Um, so, like, if your goal would be to lose a bunch of weight, I wouldn't set my goal to be lose a bunch of weight. My goal would be to find out how to do that and then make the goal just like, okay, I go to the gym 5 days a week and I have better eating habits and I make those my goal rather than the weight the goal. So it's this kind of a similar idea that we use in poker of not having a results oriented mindset is something, and instead having a process oriented mindset. So always focusing on the process. So this year I'm going to be focusing on the process. And my new process, one that I've developed over the last 3 or 4 months, is one that it centers around my weekly review and planning, and that's something that I'm going to continue to do throughout this year. I'm going to continue to make videos for it. I'll probably come out with somewhere between 50 and 52 weekly updates. I might take 1 or 2 weeks off to do it. Like this month or this year, I didn't get Christmas done, the Christmas week done, but mostly trying to do that as much as possible. I find that's really key to me maintaining focus and continuing to work hard. So that's the number one thing, is doing those weekly reviews and getting them out there. The second thing that I'm going to do this year is I'm going to seek out the help of others. Last year I didn't really get any, no, I didn't get any coaching last year, and I've kind of decided that I'm always talking to potential students and other players about the benefits of getting coaching. And, I feel like I'm a pretty good player right now, but I have really big goals for poker. I'll probably come out with another video for like my lifetime or what my like long term goals are, but one of my goals is to become one of the best no limit hold'em players in the world. And what that means is that I'm going to have to get some help from other people, because can't just figure all this shit out on your own, unfortunately. There's a reason why it's somewhat difficult, and there are very few of the best in the world. So I've decided that I'm going to get help from players and coaches who are better than me, and eventually surpass them. So I'll be starting out with some coaches that will be $200 or $300 an hour, and I will be working my way up until I get to the very top, getting help from the very best players. And so maybe coaching from Jungleman or perhaps some other super high stakes players, because I really want to be up there among the best. I know it won't happen within the year, but I'm patient. And I'm also going to get coaching from Jared Tendler and possibly from Tommy Angelo. I'm definitely going to get it from Jared Tendler because I really like his stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he is a coach for Mental Game. Um, and I've watched a lot of his videos, and if you're a student, you've probably heard me quoting a lot of his concepts. But he's very, very good, and he comes highly recommended. So I really want to get my game also locked down. And I'm also going to get, I'm going to rant for a while here. So I'm also going to get some coaching from Your Doom, or at least by his video series about playing out of the blinds, because especially in my six max game, I've found that I'm playing a little, I'm just losing a little bit too much money from the blinds. So that all falls under the category of seeking out the help of others, and I'm also going to be watching a lot of videos and stuff too. I'm going to be continuing to come out with the weekly training videos, and the purpose of that is to continue, one, to grow, to put more strategy content out there for other poker players. It's kind of like one of my ways that I'm going to give back to the poker community. The second is to help out my students. And the third is that, a lot of these videos that I'm coming out with, I'm learning a lot of stuff myself. I have a lot of the skills that I'm teaching you guys, but teaching them makes me even better at them. And there's some skills that, for example, the math of semi-bluffing, where I'm going to have to learn a lot more. I'm going to make a video on it, but I'm going to have to really learn it to get it down. So I'm going to come out with a training video a week, and so that means that somewhere between 50 and 52 training videos in the next year, which is quite a bit. But I'm going to have a big library on the blog of stuff that you guys can watch for free, at least for now. um, fourth, excuse me. Counting is a difficult thing. But the fourth is I'm going to build my coaching business. And so what that means is that I'm just going to continue to work on, again, I want to be one of the best no limit hold'em players in the world. I also want to be one of the top, maybe 50 or perhaps even higher coaches in the world for poker, especially specializing in no limit hold'em. So I really want to build that area. Continue to work on my coaching program. I'm pretty organized right now, and I have a lot of students and a lot of people interested in helping me or in getting help from me. So I'm just going to continue to do that and try and help as many people as possible. And I will be raising my rate throughout the year as I get better as a coach and the value of my help goes up. I already feel like I help people a lot. So yeah, so I'm going to continue to work on that. And also, this is something that is sort of cool. I think that I can basically live off coaching now, which is great because living in the United States, I can't really withdraw the money from poker sites that easily. It usually takes 3 or 4 months, and because most of them have a maximum withdrawal of $3,000, it's very difficult to live off of that. So now I can live off of coaching, which is great. And so what that leads to is that my bankroll is going to grow significantly. Right now I'm playing 200L and 100L 6-max on Merge, and I feel like I have the skill set. I mean, this is something so many people say, but I think it's different for me, but that's also something a lot of people say. But I really feel like I can beat 400, 600, and 1K no limit, heads up, and 6-max against regulars. Maybe not initially against the best regulars, but I feel like I have the skill set and I have the ability. And the one thing that has held me back from building up my bankroll in the past is just then I had to withdraw a lot of funds to pay for my living expenses because, to be honest, I'm not the best at managing my finances and being like fiscally responsible, as they would say. Black Friday, I built up a big roll, and I was, pretty much set to take a run at 601K and playing high stakes, but I had to withdraw it all, and now, most of it's spent. So now I'm not going to have to withdraw it all. My bankroll is going to grow because it's not going to be withdrawing, and I hopefully have a skill advantage as well. So growing my bankroll significantly. Another one is make sacrifices. This is sort of a ambiguous thing, but basically what it means is that there's some things that I'm going to have to give up this year in order to be successful in poker. Some of that is partying. I enjoy partying most of the time. I think everybody likes that. I enjoy social events, but basically this year I'm going to have to sacrifice a little bit of that so that I can really get my time in poker. And to me that's okay because, even though I enjoy partying, I'd much rather help my students and develop as a poker player than drink alcohol and smoke weed all the time. So yeah, I'm going to focus on, making some sacrifices, perhaps sometimes with my sleep, not too much, but just really committing to the process. That's another one, is just full commitment. I'm totally in this. This is my job, and this is something that I have big goals for, and I'm totally committed, and I know that I can become one of the best No Limit Hold'em players in the world, and also a very good coach as well. Sort of, I'm rambling here, but I hope you guys find this moderately interesting. Um, develop a structured training program. So this is something that I've been thinking of for a very long time, or a couple of years, but it's a long time in internet poker time. Um, with the training videos that I'm going to come out with, and the training group that I've started, and all my students, hopefully I'm going to come to be able to come up with a training program where people can I can say for like a student, like, this is your training program. You're going to, do this mental workout, this mental workout, this mental workout. You're going to do that X amount of times per week, and really develop a training program that involves drilling specific skills and doing like specific exercises to help people get better. And then I'm going to use that program on myself as well. Everything that I teach you guys, I do myself. So I want to come up with a really structured training program that can work for everybody and find that optimal balance of study, play, and coaching. Um, be healthy and happy. That's, kind of goes without saying, but, poker, success in poker, even though I just made that rant about sacrifices, success in poker is not worth your happiness. I'd rather be a mediocre poker player who's happy than a great poker player who hates himself and hates his life. And I think that in terms of long-term success, the best way to really achieve the high levels and maintain them is through gradual, slow, healthy lifestyle. And so that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to focus on working really hard, but at the same time making sure I get enough sleep, making sure I have enough time for recreational stuff, and making sure that I enjoy what I'm doing. Because even if I'm making a bunch of money an hour, it's not worth it if I hate myself and I hate what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna try and live in balance. And yeah, that's almost it. Also, to just play and study as much as possible, and that revolves around each week in my weekly planning and review. I'm going to be going over, planning for the week, and playing and studying as much as possible. And it will change week to week. So I don't have any arbitrary goals. I'm going to play X amount of hours. I'm going to play, I'm going to study X amount. It's just about doing as much as I can in the time that I have. So yeah, that's that. Those are my goals for this year. They're mostly process oriented, but I feel like if I stick to them and focus on them, then there's no way that I can't be successful. So that's all, guys. Enjoy, and I hope this has been helpful and informative in your own goal setting. All right, bye. Oh, and Happy New Year.